Hey, it's Kat. Excusez-moi. I'm doing the radio thing again, or audio thing again. It's been a busy couple of weeks. I don't know when's the last time I actually did a video. I was at the beach, and it was a beautiful sunny day. That's the last time I dropped a video on YouTube. I've been working my other jobs. I worked on a set that was just awesome. Really cool crew. Everybody was really nice. And I met a lot. It was like one of the best sets I've ever been on. Everybody was just friendly and helpful and fun. And we had a great time. And, I have to give a shout out. When something's really great, I want to celebrate it. But yeah, it had a time with somebody from Dancing with the Stars. I'll give you a little bit of hint, but, oh my God, am I forgetting her name? Is it Allison? Oh my God, I'm so tired. I don't remember. The redhead chick on the show that I kept shooting, photographing, for Dancing with the Stars. Yeah, Allison Hannigan. He worked with Allison Hannigan. I worked on his show. So anyway, I'm not gonna say. But anyway, I had a great time. I hope I work on that thing again. Fabulous. And then I worked on some other shows, and it was raining and cold, and some of the crew were just jerks. And it reminded me about Taraji. And a lot of people just don't have any idea what it's like to work in this industry. A lot of times, there's people that really get off to treating you like shit. And it's not just the entertainment industry. It could be anything. But, it's just one of those things that either you grow out of, hopefully, or you don't. But there should always be chairs for people to sit down when they want to sit down. And there should be heat, on a set. Especially it was raining, cats and dogs, earlier last week. Or I should say this week. But it was pouring down rain, I believe, Monday and Tuesday. So, of course, I worked on those days when it was raining really hard. There's this one show that I work on that it just seems to rain not every time, but majority of times I work on that show, it's brutal. And you have to walk far from parking your car to going through security to walk into the set. And there used to be a time when big studios would always have vans or trams running, so people would be able to get on the tram and it would take you to like the stages that you needed to go to, because some of these studios are really large. There might be acres of studios, and walking in the rain and sometimes getting there really early in the morning when it's still dark, it would just be so, humane to have a ride to the stages. But, I guess the producers want to keep all the money. So anyway, what else is going on? Totally different subject, but everything is entertainment anyway. I didn't watch the Super Bowl. I could care less. But Usher performed, and he's connected to Diddy. And Diddy's in the news again because Ghislaine Maxwell's former attorney is going to be representing Diddy. That information came out earlier today. But yeah, if Diddy is having Ghislaine's lawyer representing him, it just looks really bad. Because what's funny is Diddy and is connected to Naomi Campbell. They used to date a long time ago, but she's connected to Jeffrey Epstein too. And so is Diddy, and so is Jay-Z. And so is R. Kelly. Allegedly, Jay-Z and R. Kelly did Fiesta video at Jeffrey Epstein's island. So it's a really bad look to have Ghislaine, the lover, and madam for Jeffrey Epstein, former attorneys, represent you. It's just a really stupid look. And I don't think anybody really wants to represent Diddy because they know they're going to lose. But yeah, that's that. Beyonce is doing the whole country thing, which, you know, is kind of a throwback to the 70s and like Tammy Wynette and what is her name? Divorce. That lady. Oh my God. Is that her name, Tammy Wynette? I hope. I get confused because I've been working a lot and creating a lot, so I'm kind of exhausted. But one thing is, I used to live in Texas. What a lot of people don't appreciate, that don't get country music, some of the country songs are so well written. I like great stories, but some of the great country songs have a wonderful story. And country is just different. I don't always like country, but there's just certain great artists that transcend, any category. And some of the great country western singers, they're just great. It doesn't matter that they sing country and western. They're just great performers, great singers, and great storytellers. And I love that. And it could be in a movie, it could be in music, it could be, as an artist, whatever. I like great storytelling. So, good for Beyonce. Not that I'm a huge fan or anything. I'm still hoping Jay-Z is dealt with, and if he's been doing illegal stuff, and if he has these illegitimate children running around that he never acknowledged, and he had, allegedly relationships with underage girls, he needs to be held accountable for that. But I don't know. I don't know if Beyonce is clean. There's been a lot of allegations about her destroying other people's careers, so I think it'd be smart if she and Jay-Z are just a business relationship. She should get out of it now before shit goes down, if it's going to go down. Again, I don't understand how some of these people get away with horrible stuff for decades. Diddy, Jay-Z, possibly Beyonce, who knows? And also Russell Simmons, he's running around hiding in Bali. But all these people were friends, all these people were buddies at one point. What else is going on? Oh, let's talk about the Royals. I don't know what the hell is going on. I mean, I don't really get down with those people because they treat Meghan Markle like shit, and Harry, and the British people. Oh, well, the British people that are always like on Twitter or doing PR, and just, they have such racial overtones. They're so obnoxious, but they never bring up Prince Andrew, but they talk about Meghan Markle like she's like a serial killer or something. Meanwhile, there's rumors that there's videos of Prince Andrew raping young girls. I mean, they had tapes. Jeffrey Epstein had tapes. He taped everything. And Prince Andrew, who was photographed, at Jeffrey Epstein's townhouse on East 71st Street in New York, and in the Central Park, which is walking distance from Jeffrey's former townhouse, he was photographed there. Photographed walking with Jeffrey, photographed sticking his head out of Jeffrey's front door, photographed talking to some girl at the front door. But everyone's forgotten about Prince Andrew, and Ghislaine Maxwell is the only person in the whole world who's who's in prison in regards to the whole Jeffrey Epstein racketeering, sex trafficking, whatever weird stuff was going on. I mean, it shows you how powerful Jeffrey Epstein is because nobody's talking about it. No one's coming forward. No one's giving an excuse or even explaining why they were at his island or they rode on his plane. Everyone's tight-lipped. That's power. But they all must know that if they were in his states, his multiple different locations and his island, he videotaped everything. And I don't know if you guys have watched my Jeffrey Epstein videos that I have on my YouTube channel that I took in 2019. But there's a couple of videos where I'm outside Jeffrey Epstein's house after he was allegedly killed or had whatever. I don't necessarily think, I don't know exactly what happened to him. You know, they say what they say, but I was outside the hospital when they allegedly took the body out, and there was two different cars, and one went one way and another one went another way, and they made it too much of a production. It was like a show, and it was just too weird. But one thing about his house, his townhouse on East 71st Street, I've never seen security cameras like I saw at his townhouse. I mean, he had so many of them, and I think a couple of them were 360 cameras, but literally if you went to his house or if you were down the block walking even near his house, he was able, I mean, the cameras had to see that. He had to be connected to a government or multiple governments. There's just no way you have that kind of surveillance capability unless you're top tier connected. I mean, that stuff blew my mind in 2019, and I still haven't seen anything like it. But yeah, no one's talking about Jeffrey Epstein. But now, since Diddy has Ghislaine's former attorney, now I guess his name comes up. But what's also fascinating is Ghislaine allegedly didn't pay her attorneys. Can you imagine? They try to get her out, and she stiffs them. She's a biatch. Yeah, and speaking of Jeffrey Epstein, I just got to remind you, you know, with the royals, Prince Charles is not doing well. They're not saying what kind of cancer he has. It could be colon cancer, which would be slightly ironic because some people consider him being an asshole. Especially the way he treated Diana. But, you know, what's weird about the royal family is that Prince Charles is really good friends with Jimmy Savile, who was a pedo, and they knighted him and everything, and he was just like a huge celebrity in England, but he was a child R-word. So the royal family has some really interesting connections with some really bad people. But yeah, you got Prince Andrew. No one's talking about him. Prince Charles might, is it called abduct the throne? He might leave the throne early because he's got his cancer is serious, and it will be very difficult for him to, you know, make all the public appearances and all the things that he's supposed to do if he's supposed to be being treated for cancer. Meanwhile, no one's seen Kate Middleton. She's like disappeared. Nobody knows what's going on with her. She hasn't been seen in over 53 days, I believe, which is crazy. What else is going on? Oh yeah, Prince William is making appearances by himself, which is interesting. they're going to have the BAFTAs, and he's going to be, like, going there by himself without Kate. And, you know, they did the BAFTAs last year together, you know, and they were seen as, like, you know, an official, you know, big time, I forgot what their title is, you know, but he's the future king, and he's going to be going to this event solo. So there's weird rumors about, you know, is he trying to divorce Kate? Is Kate trying to divorce him? If he's, you know, there's all kinds of stuff. Nobody knows because the palace is keeping stuff tight-lipped. You know, they know how to play the media game, and they know when they want a story out, and they know when they want a story in, if that makes any sense. It's sort of like TMZ. They play serious games, you know? Oh yeah, and speaking of Epstein, Donald Trump got hit with a little bit of punishment. You know, he was found liable for lying and ripping off New York with all of his, you know, lies and miscalculations and fraud. And, you know, I think it's like $364 or something like that. But it doesn't matter because he's going to have to pay interest and penalties. So it might be up to $444 million. That's for Jay-Z, 444, haha. But, and by the way, about Jay-Z and his love for four, he was born on the 4th. I found out, I believe, Beyonce was born on the 4th. Ivy was born on the 4th. You know, and of course he's got that 444. You know, he's a master, he's probably a master mason, but he's definitely into numerology and, you know, some esoteric knowledge. But yeah, it's just, oh, and by the way, if you didn't know, Pimp C died on Jay-Z's birthday, which is fascinating. So the 4s are very, very strong for Jay-Z. What was I going to say? Yeah, so Trump got a little bit of a slap on the wrist because he's supposedly a multi-billionaire, so $400 million. Oh, excuse me. It's chicken feed, right? It's no big deal. He can just get some money from the Saudis, MBS, and some Putin can throw him some change, and you know, he could sell some secret documents and get a couple of billion, I'm sure, if he already hasn't. You know Trump's got money hidden somewhere. You know he has. I mean, he can't be that stupid. But he's got a lot of lawsuits he's going to have to deal with. A lot. I mean, the insurrection, there's going to be police officers, Capitol police officers suing him. He's got to pay E. Jean Carroll for slandering her after he arred her. Yeah, he's an idiot. He has really bad lawyers too, but they're just performative. You know, it feels like he thinks he's still doing The Apprentice. He's still doing a TV show, and that people are just gonna believe whatever vomit comes out of his mouth. I don't think he lives in real time. They also found out that a lot of people in his White House were doing a ton of drugs, like copious amount of drugs, like I'm seeing Al Pacino in Say Hello to My Little Friend, that movie, as well as the Nazis were notorious for doing drugs during World War II. A lot of amphetamines. Yeah, but there was rumors for a long time that Trump was a drug addict, and it seems to be kind of obvious that Don Jr. has a sniffing problem. He has a Tina Snow type problem, which is really obnoxious. But I think to be able to be that villainous, to just watch as the Capitol is being raided by a bunch of Looney Tunes, cheering in front of a TV set, they had to be on some drugs. you know, because they have no soul. They have no soul. I mean, you know, that's the people's house. But not only that, they were trying to kill people. I mean, they had to be, I'm going to give them the excuse they had to be on drugs, not just crazy, but they had to be on drugs to be that wild, to let loose like that. You know what I'm saying? I'm trying to think, is there anything else major? What else am I missing? I really can't think. I mean, those are the big things, you know, that I can think of. But, they got those new goggles, and people are like walking around in them already. You know, it's a very interesting time because spirituality versus AI, and also all the jobs being lost, and people. There's a chick who does a commercial for like AI lawyers. It's like I was hit in an accident and I called an AI lawyer, and then she starts explaining about AI is smarter than all of us. It's gonna replace us. It's like, think about it for a moment. An actress is doing a commercial that's on YouTube, and she's literally telling you AI is smarter and better, and it will replace all of us eventually. The stupid bitch. I mean, it's just insane. But meanwhile, all these lawyers are losing their job, and also their staff is losing their job, and then also actors are losing their jobs. Most offices are losing their jobs. Only the big CEOs are making a lot of money. Where does that leave, you know, just everyday people? We're only going to be able to do OnlyFans. You know what I'm saying? That's what's so funny. The world's gotten so prostituted that it's normalized for people to be on OnlyFans. It's like normal. It's normal to shake your ass every 2 seconds, show your tits. You know, and for me, I just feel like the reality show influx and all that, like, what was that thing called, Girls Gone Wild? All that stuff literally changed the social domain. Kim Kardashian, Paris Hilton, Lindsay Lohan, Britney Spears, 20 years ago, literally changed the face of the world with their shenanigans and their in regards to Paris Hilton's porn and Kim Kardashian's porn, meant normalizing it. Everyone realized, I can shoot a porn and I can make money. I can get fame. And meanwhile, Kim Kardashian's still promoting Balenciaga, even though she's got kids. And, you know, fucking, what's his name? Kanye. He brought his wife into that Balenciaga after, you know, these people are unbelievable. Like, they play games. They're just front people for other people, like pulling their string. But a mother promoting, like, Balenciaga after they did that campaign that no one ever got sued for, really. It was all a publicity stunt. They got a free $1 billion publicity by doing something horrendous and negative. People still buy their shit. I mean, you know, garbage. But what I want to say is, don't stop caring about other people. Don't stop asking questions about what's right and what's wrong. Don't stop questioning. Don't stop thinking. Don't just accept what everyone tells you. You know, because they could be walking you off a cliff. You have to have deductive reasoning, and you have to have your own skills. And quit looking outside yourself for all the answers and, some religious leader like T.D. Jakes. Oh, thank God I just remembered. T.D. Jakes, T.D. Snakes, T.D. Cakes. I caught a video on YouTube, and it was for him, and it was his collaboration with Wells Fargo. And it was sort of, I guess, a commercial, but it was an interesting commercial because he's not facing the camera. His back is he's kind of a 3/4 with his back turned, and there's some other guy like smiling, and they're on some land, and I could swear I heard Gayle King's voice doing the voiceover. I think it looks like it was a still photograph, but they did something where there's it was a still photograph of T.D. Jakes and the guy and the land, and then I think they show like mock-ups of what the property might end up looking like, and maybe a couple of seconds of Wells Fargo logo or something. I don't remember, but because that wasn't the main thing. The main thing that popped out of my head was, what the hell is Gayle King doing the voiceover for this shit? But if she's, she's in bed with Oprah, you can use that like embedded, like in war, embedded, ha ha ha. But yeah, she's in bed with Oprah, so that would make sense that she's fucking around helping T.D. Jakes out. It's all like a big conspiracy, because I guess if you're black and you're in that level of wealth, you hang out with the same monsters. But yeah, that was really weird. That video or commercial. And then when I clicked on, they had so many comments. So I decided to click on the comments. And when I did that, and it would take me to that person's alleged YouTube page, it was empty. So what I realized was, I did it to several of those people that allegedly said great things, great feedback for T.D. Jakes. It's all PR, it's all fake. They're not real people. And that's a lot of money to use to have fake whatever, I guess. But if you got that kind of money, it's alright. And getting back to T.D. Jakes, I did a graphic design where I say, Cora, give Michelle back her son. Because I watched Michelle Loud do a video. And I want to say this. Michelle Loud is a very brave, powerful individual. I see a woman who is speaking. And as she's speaking, she's honest with you. She's sharing the fact that she's gonna focus on faith, and then she is gonna speak in a manner where she's controlling her emotions. In real time, I'm watching a woman mature and grow and become a warrior. And I know she's in a horrible situation, but she needs to know she's got people sending her love and doing whatever they can do in their way to help her. And I'm one of those people. But I want her to know that even though this is a horrible situation, she is handling it with so much class, and so much dignity. She's a fucking queen. And I want her to know that. So if you guys know Michelle Loud, let her know that whatever. Because I know this video is too long, and most people don't like my videos because they're too long. I'm not a TikTok person. I do videos the way I like to make love. It takes a long time. It's in depth. But anyway, getting back to Michelle, I think she's an amazing human being. And she, we all sometimes trust the wrong person. And we got to deal with the consequences, but she's rose to the occasion, and she's got more hits on Google than Cora Jakes does. So the mountain's going to move one way or the other. The mountain's going to move. But yeah, I'll probably show the artwork on this video. Please go to my Redbubble. It's redbubble.com/people/Kattalestv, I think. Anyway, there's a link underneath this video. But yeah, please support my artwork, because, you know, it helps me. I've had some, you know, I've had to get some things fixed. Not my boobs, not my ass. Some, you know, medical stuff. And I need help with income. You know, for 11 months I wasn't working as an actor. And that was very, very difficult. And also, you know, I was working on the Tory Lanez case out of my own pocket. And I don't regret that. I just, if you can, you know, I just say, you know, support me by, like, looking at some of my artwork and buying it. That would help, and that would make me feel great. But also you can send a super thanks or send a like and subscribe, and or I think my PayPal's listed on below. I'm also on Poshmark. You know, I've gotten some sales recently out of the blue, which is a blessing. So yeah, anything helps, because I have a job that I need to quit, because it's like being in an abusive relationship, and I'm gonna do a video on it. But yeah, anyway, let me stay on point, because I think besides the Michelle thing, that was something. Oh yeah, Larry Reid. Larry Reid is the biggest douchebag. I mean, one of the biggest douchebags. It seems like they're all connected. But I did a video about that dude, that Prophet Manasseh guy, months ago. Let me just say, if you call yourself a prophet, you're not. You know, you don't. You be. You don't call. You be. And these guys are running a scam. Prophet Manasseh was known for doing robocalling and harassing people to give donations. Meanwhile, I don't even look at his social media because I don't give a fuck. But, you know, I saw, like, a long time ago when he was hinting that, you know, he was groomed or whatever. But he kind of showed that I think he was driving, like, a Bentley or something. Like, the dude's rich as fuck. You know, it's just weird. But let's getting back to fucking Larry Reid. I don't know these people. It's all because of TD Jakes and the connection with Diddy, you know what I'm saying? That's how I found out all this crap. But Larry Reid just seems like a pimp, trying to manipulate. But also, what I don't like about him, besides him being a fucking narcissist, there's so many of them, you know, running around on blogging and just being cunts. But I just remember him talking about he was going to be the emissary, if I'm saying the right word, or the go-between between the victims of TD Jakes, TD Cakes, TD Snakes, Power Bottom, Prophet, whatever. He was going to be the voice of the victims negotiating with TD Jakes. He had the balls to say that on a stupid show, and he was gonna, like, he was threatening that all these people were giving him information. He saw pictures, and then he was taking pictures of stuff without permission of the victims, and he was keeping it anyway. And then he was running over to TD Jakes' camp and telling them about everything the victims said. What a fucking douchebag. You know what I'm saying? Like, that's what's so crazy. Are people that stupid to think that Larry Reid's a good person? And then it turns out the motherfucker was married to a woman he was having a relationship with a guy for 13 years. He was doing inappropriate things with young boys. And, you know, he's got this whole little group of like down low men fucking around in Texas, wherever the fuck he lives. I don't really know. But yeah, I don't like him. I think he's disgusting. And the men that are doing the DL shit, I don't like that shit, man. It's not cool. You know, because I'm telling you right now, anybody that fucks around with Larry Reid, you need to get a STD check. You need to get checked for AIDS and some other shit. And I'm not trying to be funny. When people are dishonest about their sex lives and they're having sex with multiple people and multiple men that are having sex with women and then having sex with even some more men that they don't know about, because a guy like Larry Reid is going to be a fucking liar, you know that. He's going to be a snake. He's going to be duplicitous. He's going to hurt people because he gets off to it. Kind of reminds me of Megan Thee Stallion, but that's a whole nother story. They have no soul. They have no class. They have no real love. They just use people. And I don't like those kind of people. Love is real. And, you know, you can, if you want to be a whore, be a whore. But be honest with your whoredom and don't hurt other people. Don't risk other people's lives, you know. But there are some people that really get off being duplicitous and sneaky and lying and being in the DL and hurting people. And some can say they don't know any better because they've been hurt themselves. But once you become an adult, you got no excuse. Larry's too old to be this much of a dick. You know? And a smelly, nasty dick. So fuck him. And I don't understand how people love watching that trash. I really don't. But, you know, what are you going to do? But I think I pretty much tied everything up. Yeah. But yeah, I just been really busy and slightly exhausted because, you know, it's kind of like hibernation time, but not really. And I've been designing a lot of art, you know. Yeah, I did something about Fani Willis. She said something really clever on the stand. And if you guys don't know who DA Fani Willis, she's handling a Trump case in Georgia where, you know, they try to steal the election. So Trump's people, filed a case against her saying that, you know, she's having a relationship with her special prosecutor. They're on the same team, and they're trying to make it like, you know, they're doing something, you know, horrible and illegal, and it's just like, no, they're not. She said that she pays him, they share the expenses when they went on a trip together, and she said something like, a man is not a plan, he's a companion. I thought that was brilliant. So I did a graphic design of that. But yeah, I just been designing stuff in between studying stuff and in between working my multiple jobs, you know. But I've been working out at the beach. I haven't been showing a lot of that stuff, but I will. Then also I want to do more of my spiritual stuff. So look forward to that, you know. But yeah, but thank you, ladies and gentlemen, for listening if you've made it this far. And, you know, if you're new to me, that's hilarious. But yeah, just do a search on my YouTube channel. Look for Michael Cohen, look for Bono, look for Spielberg, look for Schwarzenegger, look for Mickey Rourke, look for Stallone. God help me. Look for Zoltan. Look for David Beckham. Look for Andrea Bocelli. I've shot so many people. Photographed. photographed. I like to say the word shoot, but you can't say shoot because they're stupid ass motherfuckers with AR-15s that actually do the violent shit. Anyway, thank you so much, and subscribe, like, and share. And if you'd like, send me some money or buy some of my artwork or buy some of my clothes on Poshmark, and I will talk to you later. Be safe and don't be fucking around with these sluts. Bye!